Hey guys, I'm back. I wanted to add to that video I just posted about being sick on the road. Story time. Worst thing that's ever happened to me out on the road medically. I've had some weird stuff happen, but medically, the worst thing that was happened to me was kidney stones. That was about, I do believe, one of the worst days of my entire trucking career. I got unloaded in Rockford, Illinois, and grabbed a bite to eat. I was boogieing back towards the house, and it's about a 5.5 hour drive. And I no sooner cleared Rockford, and I just felt like I had to poop. I mean, it was like, not like, oh, I gotta go. It's like it's in your gut and it's like stuck, like you're really badly backed up, And I'm thinking, man, this isn't good. I better stop the rest area down the road here, and I stopped rest area and spent a good 5 or 10 minutes. No, I don't have to go. It sure feels like it, but I don't, Well, let's just keep on pressing, Worst case scenario, we'll grab a shoulder and do the tire trick, leaning against the tire. But I kept on going, and it just kept getting worse and worse. And then it moved from my gut to my lower back on the left side behind my kidney. It just was an ache. Then my back started hurting. Next thing you know, I'm pulling over on the side of the road and I'm yakking my guts. Just everything. All the lunch I ate, just projectile. It was horrible. I'm like, man, something is really, really not right here, And I think at the time my wife was home with a baby, and I didn't want her to, bring the baby and drive, but I knew I was going to need somebody to start heading my way as I'm headed their way, because this is getting progressively worse. And if they start coming, we could meet in the middle, and they could bring my brother, and he could drive my truck back for me. He was actually an owner, at least I'm with the same company I was, so there was no problem there. And I didn't make that call yet, but I was thinking it, and I just kept right on hammering. Of course, you're out in the middle of Illinois on 39 coming down through northern Illinois. Man, I just cranked her up. I am just smoking down through 39, and kind of driving at the wheel, and it got to the point where I took more Tylenol than I should have, because that's all I had access to. And I made the phone call, and I'm like, hey, Joe, who can you get to bring you to me? I need to go to the emergency room, and I don't want to do it on the road. I want to do it at home. And it's I'm just a few hours away. And he's like, well, I'll get somebody. And he actually had Mom drive him. He drove, but, she came to drive back. But they started boogieing towards me, and I was boogieing towards them. And I lasted about another 45 minutes. And that was all I could take. I couldn't sit in that seat another daggone minute. I went up an exit ramp, put my four-ways on, set my brakes, called them just moaning. I'm at exit such and such on the shoulder. I'm crawling into bed. Just please come get me. I am in pain. And I laid back there in that bed for what seemed like an hour and a half. It was about an hour and a half, but I mean, I'm just, oh my God, it was freaking agony. If you've ever had kidney stones, I'm sure you're getting chills just hearing this story. If you haven't had kidney stones, thank your lucky stars you haven't. It is the worst pain. I mean, I would rather have 3 toothaches at the same time, teeth aches, however we call it. I'd rather have 3 of those at the same time than pass a kidney stone. That was agony, man, agony. But all of a sudden, I'm laying back here, just my door flies open. My brother jumps there. You okay? You gonna be all right? And I'm like, dude, just drive, man. Just get me to the emergency room. Just drive. And I hear the brakes release, and that man, I'm telling you what, he drove like his hair was on fire. I can't believe we didn't get pulled over. I could tell by the way I was bouncing back there that he had my truck just pegged, everything it was worth, just boogieing back towards Indiana. And it kind of shortened it up, long story short. But I got to the hospital, and yeah, they knew right away. And when I described how it progressed and how it happened, they're like, it sure sounds like kidney stones. Let's take you for the I can't remember what they call it, but the little donut machine where you go in there and it makes all the racket and shoots through, take pictures of you, and MRI, I think they called it. And sure enough, there was kidney stones, and there was 3 of them in there. There was a 2 millimeter, a 7 millimeter, and an 11 millimeter. And the one I was passing that I was in utter agony was the tube. It was the baby. It was a little bitty 2mm kidney stone, and I thought it was ripping my innards out. My God, I was in pain. And I told the doctor, you better just knock me the hell out before that 7 or 11 breaks loose and goes down through whatever tube it's got to go through, because I ain't taking it. I'm dying here, doc. And he's like, oh no, you don't understand. You really don't want to pass those second two. They scheduled me for lithotripsy, where they soak you in an oil bath and shoot sound waves through your kidneys and, you know, shatter the stones into small pieces. Then they send you home with a big old bottle full of really powerful drugs, and you sit there and drool on yourself for a couple of days while your body flushes out all those kidney stones. Oh, worst experience ever. But yeah, that happened on the road, and I could have went to any emergency room out there. I'm sure I passed 5 or 6 just getting back home to Crawfordsville, but yeah, I'll never forget that day as long as I live, man. That was a rough day. But yep, just wanted to share that with you. But that's kind of I would say short of a heart attack or a stroke, that's a pretty bad event to happen out on the road, and it's very uncomfortable to get back home. But you know, we got it done. But anyway, just wanted to add that quick on there real quick. We'll catch y'all later.